Welcome to Rewrite the Song, a Tune into Wellness podcast. Music, recovery, redemption. I'm Jake Paul, musician, songwriter, educator, and trauma survivor. And this show is all about transforming pain into purpose. Here we explore how music, mindfulness, and storytelling can help you heal, find calm, and reconnect with who you really are. Whether you're taking your first steps towards recovery from trauma, addiction, or a painful past, or deep in your healing journey, my goal is simple: to remind you that trauma may have shaped you, but it doesn't define you. You can recover, rebuild, and rewrite your song. Let's begin. Today's episode is called Redefining Tough: Healing Childhood Trauma Through Music and Songwriting. In a world where vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness, where scars are hidden beneath smiles, and where the past's echoes linger in the present, the quest for healing becomes a profound journey. Today we delve into the depths of childhood trauma and explore the transformative power of music and songwriting in the healing process. Breaking the tough guy myth. Many of us wear masks of strength, believing that acknowledging our pain is synonymous with defeat. We convince ourselves that tending to our wounds is a sign of weakness. But what if true strength lies in facing our demons head on, in embracing our vulnerabilities, and in rewriting our stories with resilience and determination? The myth of the tough guy perpetuates the illusion that burying our pain is the only way to cope. We numb our emotions with substances, distract ourselves with toxic relationships, and settle for lives that fall short of our true potential. But at what cost? Are we truly tough if we refuse to confront our past? In my situation, I was portraying the tough guy role as far back as I could possibly remember. Got into my first fight in third grade. Who knows, maybe I was in fights before that even, but let me just say that was my first suspension for fighting. As I grew older, I was always doing things to be tough. Ultimately, I entered the tough man competition. That's where you get into a ring and you pretty much slug it out. There's videos on that on YouTube as well. Jake Paul, Tough Man Competition. At any rate, let's get back into the podcast blog episode. And as always, if you want to hear more about those stories, just leave a comment and I'll be happy to explain more. The next section here is called The Healing Power of Music. Enter the healing balm of music and songwriting. These timeless art forms possess the extraordinary ability to unravel tangled threads of our trauma, offering solace, catharsis, and hope. Through the melody of a song, the rhythm of a beat, and the poetry of lyrics, we find a safe haven where our pain can be heard, understood, and transformed. Music becomes a mirror that reflects our innermost struggles and a compass that guides us towards healing. Whether through listening to soul-stirring melodies or creating our own musical compositions, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and self-acceptance. In the realm of music, there are no judgments, only echoes of our own truths waiting to be embraced. Embracing your healing journey. If you find yourself shackled by the chains of past trauma, it's time to break free. It's time to shed the false bravado, the self-imposed walls, and the illusions of invincibility. Healing begins when we confront our pain with courage, compassion, and a willingness to change. Give yourself permission to feel, to heal, and to grow. Unleash your voice through the power of songwriting or poetry, allowing your emotions to flow freely and unapologetically. Embrace the wounded child within you, offering comfort, understanding, and forgiveness. There is no value in blaming others for how we are now. Every generation tries to pass the bucket, but where has that landed us? Only by acknowledging our past can we pave the way for a brighter, more authentic future. When I was going through this process myself, I spent some time in meditation, and ultimately I had to embrace that child. And I didn't want to do all that because it sounded too cliche, embrace the inner child. But that's where the path led me. And I pretty much spoke to my inner child, saying that, I'm here. And then I did the best I could with what I had. And so did the people that affected me. And again, that's another long story. but an awesome one at any rate. And I try to avoid those sorts of things forever. But the fact of the matter is, if you are truly trying to be free, like anxiety free, where you can actually be yourself authentically, then you got to follow wherever the path leads you. And in my case, I could envision that little child that was terrified. Best news with all that is he's no longer terrified. And I get to be a father for my son. Well, next section here in my blog. If you're just joining me for the first time, by the way, what I'm doing here is I'm reading my blog posts from jakepaulmusic.com. And how this all came to be was a close friend of mine who said they really wanted to read my blog and book, but they weren't much of a reader. Kind of fueled this idea of podcasting. So it's a win-win. I enjoy it, honestly. I'm not sure who's all listening yet, but I enjoy doing it. And I know that there are some people that are out there looking for answers about, breaking the cycle. Because I know I sure looked forever, and I couldn't really find anybody that was speaking directly to me. And I found it. So maybe I'm speaking directly to you. I hope so, because I thought I was stuck in a rut, and I was wrong. But let's get back into the blog here, shall we? This next section, it's the second last section I'm going to read today. It's called Balancing the Giver and the Taker Within You. As you navigate the landscape of healing, remember to find balance between giving and receiving. Be kind to yourself, nurture your soul, and extend compassion to others who walk a similar path. Healing is not a solitary journey, but a collective awakening of the human spirit. I personally am amazed at how many people in my own community are actively in the process of healing. Have you seen the latest Deadpool and Wolverine movie yet? If you do see it, or if you have seen it, you'll likely now pay closer attention to all the talk about childhood trauma in it. I believe there's a general change in consciousness about this topic. So to those who believe that toughness is synonymous with stoicism, it's time to redefine strength. True resilience lies in vulnerability, authenticity, and the unwavering commitment to heal. The tough guy myth crumbles in the face of those who dare to confront their trauma, rewrite their stories, and shine forth as symbols of hope in a world in need of healing. In conclusion, childhood trauma may cast a long shadow, but it doesn't have to define our destiny. Through the transformative power of music and songwriting, we can reclaim our voices, rewrite our narratives, and emerge stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than ever before. Let your healing journey be a symphony of resilience, a ballad of courage, and a testament to the profound transformation that awaits those who dare to heal. So to all the wounded souls out there, remember this: healing isn't reserved for the faint-hearted, but for the brave, the resilient, and the unyielding spirits who refuse to be defined by their scars. Embrace your healing journey. Embrace the power of music and watch as your inner light shines brighter than ever before. Let's redefine tough, rewrite our stories, and create a world where healing reigns supreme. The path to healing begins with a single note, a heartfelt lyric, and the unwavering belief that we are worthy of love, of healing, and of a life well lived. Well, thanks for tuning in to Rewrite the Song, a Tune Into Wellness podcast, where we turn pain into purpose and trauma into truth. If this episode spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs a little hope today. You can learn more about my story and how music helped me heal in my book, Hollow: How a Young Man Turned Childhood Trauma into Music. Available now at jakepaulmusic.com, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and many other online digital platforms. Remember, no matter what you've been through, you can recover, rebuild, and rewrite your song. Until next time, stay grounded, stay grateful, and keep tuning into wellness.